Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang. With me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. First, you know me, love him, Nate the Little Goonfoss.
Eric Lang sucks.
Yeah, and that he does. And also with us is everyone's favorite, Dan the Statman Scully.
Hey, I finally got the homecoming picture to show up 2 months late.
It's actually a really good picture, too. And it surprisingly is quite accurate to how you actually would be sitting there if you were physically in the building at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's funny because it's almost like he took that picture from his seat.
I know, right? Kind of wild. So, kind of an interesting week. There's no women's hockey to talk about this week. Oh, no, there might be. Wasn't there out-of-conference games for other teams?
Yeah.
Yes, there was. We'll briefly touch on those quickly. We're not going to go into in-depth. The only one of our teams that did play was the men's team. They went down to Massachusetts to take on AIC and their scumbag coach, Eric Lang. But before we get into those two games, we're going to quickly go over some CHA news, and then we'll go into men's. So I'll pitch it to Dan for those scores.
Let's see here.
I didn't even pull up their website.
I had it up, but I didn't think I was actually going to use it. On Tuesday the 5th, oh my God, I knew that was not going to be a close game, but Syracuse got blown out 9-0.
I'm pissed.
Oof!
I set the spread at 9.5. And I said take the over. Damn it. They didn't cover.
Nope.
You put it through 10? Good God.
Hey, man. Hey, that's all you need to know about Syracuse. Good teams win, great teams cover.
Facts. Facts.
Good team. Or sorry, great team.
And Penn State, in a battle of the Navy Blue teams, split with Yale 3-2 Friday and 3-1 on Saturday. And that leaves all the CHA teams in a break for 3 weeks.
So really quickly looking at the current standings, it didn't change at all, but just in case those of you who may have not watched last week or may have forgotten, currently right now CHA stands as followed. Syracuse is in 6th with 3 points. Lindenwood is in 5th with 5 points. That's actually kind of funny. Robert Morris and RIT are both tied for 3rd with 8 points apiece. Mercyhurst is in 2nd with 10, and Penn State is in 1st with 14. All teams have played 8 conference games, so nobody has any games in hand.
And nobody will have any games in hand.
Which is awesome, thank God.
Which I love. We can do that more often. That'd be nice.
That's kind of great.
So there's not a conference game until the 12th of January. Literally a month and a day from when we're recording.
I really hate that a lot.
I mean, there's hockey, but there's just there's no women's hockey now, like in the NCAA until the 29th. Every team's on a break.
That's disgusting. I really hate that. I'd rather just watch them play, to be truthful. So yeah.
Well, we're going to destroy St. Michael's, so it's okay.
That series is going to be a bloodbath. We'll get to that when we get close. We'll get to that when we get closer there. To what that utter annihilation is going to be. So now we're going to switch gears to the team that actually had games, and we're going to talk about men's.
Now we got to pay attention.
Yeah. The men went down to Massachusetts, like I said, to take on AIC and their scumbag head coach, Eric Lang, who I very much despise for sharing a last name and dishonoring my last name on a regular basis.
He's not really dishonoring your last name if you're not related, just saying.
Yeah, but he's dishonoring the Lang last name, and that's the problem I have, is that
his name is the same as mine. Dan Scully doesn't bring honor to my last name, then?
No, he does. He brings honor to your last name by being an absolute legend. Eric Lang is a piece of you-know-what, and he makes all Langs look like a piece of you-know-what. So
he's a piece of fruitcake?
I'm going to use some crazy genealogy on JJ and find out if him and Eric Lang are related somewhere down the line.
We probably are at some point. There's probably, I mean, all of us are related at some capacity, just very minutely. You go back far enough, you'll find something. So yes, I'm going to pitch this to Nate, and we're going to talk about these 2 games this weekend.
Yay, Springfield.
Gross.
Vomit. In front of, they don't even have the attendance listed because it was that bad.
It's probably single
I
digit.
didn't
That's
think
why.
that was an option because NCAA Live Stats yells at you if you don't put the attendance
There
in.
is no attendance listed for the Friday game.
No, Dan, what happened was the NCAA saw how little people were there and decided to just forget to allow them to include that because it would make them look bad.
Hang on,
That's what it
Let me
is.
see. Does CHN potentially have it listed? Sometimes they put attendance in. No.
Nope.
Okay.
That's a
Well,
rip.
anyway, Philip Jacques continues to be hot.
Yeah, he does.
Literally had 3 goals in a row, a natural hat trick over the course of 2 games. Dan's like, that's not how that works, but that's how it's working right now.
He's seething right now. You can tell in his face.
Think he's starting to roll, and I love that line with him and Mahan and
It's
Caleb
working. It's
Moritz.
clicking.
That's a nice line. I know they've been mixing him in with Isabel a little bit too, which has been awesome. And then John Lundy tied the game in the first, and yay on the power play because guess what? We took a penalty. Shocker.
That was Catalano, wasn't it?
They don't have power play summary listed either, Dan, on this box score.
What box score? Do you not use our athletics website?
I am legit on RITathletics.com.
There is a power play summary. Yeah.
Not on the one I'm
He
looking at.
obviously can't find it. Unless he just can't read and can't see where it is.
Box score.
Underneath the scoring summary.
Oh, see, I go to the PDF.
Why?
I like to read the PDF.
Because Nate wants to be
The
confusing and difficult.
XML is
That's why.
just fine.
We scooch over.
No.
There we
No.
go.
Okay. Well, guess what? AIC scored on the power play because we took too many penalties again. Penalties were 4-1. Now, I will say Ed was a little bit
Fuming.
seething over the lack of calls on AIC in this game.
Yes, I think he is correct in being mad about that because
I
there was a
will
bunch of ones that
agree.
were missed.
Tanner Andrew got another one, which was awesome to see in the second. And then RAT was leading 2-1 until about a minute 20. And Brian Kramer took over the game, scoring a goal in the third and then another one in overtime after the refs missed multiple penalties. And Ryan Sweeney should be fired, and AIC wins the game.
Well, wasn't there a trip? I think it was Tyler Mahan. He gets tripped, and then the puck goes off of him into the net.
It was Hobbs.
Yeah, so it went after Hobbs. Sorry, it went after Hobbs.
Hobbs got tripped.
Hobbs, he gets
and then the
tripped.
puck goes off of him and into the net.
Yeah, so that's garbage. That goal should not be a goal. It should have been called back because there's a tripping there. But Sweeney's an idiot, so there's also that.
Well,
I don't know how that man still has a job.
AIC's box score says that they didn't take any penalties in this game, while our box score says they did take one.
That's not true.
It's that Springfield bias in the Thunderbirds arena.
It also says it lists an attendance in their box score and it says it was 0.
Oof. Damn.
They don't even inflate the number for themselves.
They just put 0 people. Even though there was people, they were just RIT fans and a couple of screeching children.
Oh my God.
Hey, credit to the RIT fans. They were loud and they were in there. You could hear them clear as day.
It also helps that Ed and Scott were right behind him.
Hey, that was pretty great too.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
And then Saturday happened.
That's a tough one to swallow.
They took things personally on Saturday.
Yeah. That one hurt. Especially after
that
Tommy
one
Tommy made 4. All right, here's the conversation we need to have. Why did we get outshot that bad in that game? I'm sorry.
That second period was
46 to 21. Come on, boys.
The league box score is shots in the second.
AIC did. Penalty. They had 25 shots in the second.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. That should not be happening. I'm sorry. Should not be happening.
Yeah, you can't do that. And the fact that we still almost won the game. Should
I
tell
mean,
you all you need to know about AIC.
This to me that game was literally the one where it was just kind of like that overtime goal. Like, first of all, we never should have been in overtime to begin with.
Nope.
You need to score on an empty net and put it
Yup.
away.
Yup.
However, that missed tripping call is garbage. Absolute garbage.
It is what it is.
I mean, you can't blame it on the penalty because, like I said,
Nope.
they should never been in a position to begin with. But you're in that
Nope.
position. Like, it's just that missed call. Just that's what makes me more mad than anything else. Is the really like, come on.
I just love that we got crazy outshot in both of these games.
Well, and we won the second one, so
Spoiler alert.
I
Just
also
kidding.
think. Well, also Adam Jeffrey came back, which was huge.
Yes,
That was
that
big
was
for him.
awesome to see.
We needed
Jeff
Jeff
coming back on Saturday.
Tommy Scarfoni, second star in both games.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
He saved about 950 shots in both games.
Oh, that one save on Saturday.
Oh, golly.
That one was better than the one that got on Sports.
That was just a double hand thing for him.
I don't know, maybe not.
Not as good as that other one that made Sports Center, but
they were pretty close.
They were pretty close.
Yeah, Scarfy being Scarfy. Anybody shocked by that?
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
Next.
No.
Just when you thought the referee crew couldn't get worse, they added Ron Morello.
And I almost wanted to jump off the roof of my apartment complex.
Yeah, I was gonna lose it.
Over that.
In front of 552 RAT fans.
Which was
the official attendance.
There was 500 people there on Saturday.
Yeah, JJ, they included the players and media and staff and everything. I guarantee it.
And the janitors that were sitting in the closet listening to Spotify in their break. That's what they were doing.
They counted the first 300 people into the Falcons game. Thunderbirds did it again. Did it again, Dan. Did it again. The Pacific Division ruined the American Hockey League. Anyway, Tyler Mahan got us rolling in the first from Philip Jacques, who is having a heck of a 2 weeks.
Yeah,
kind of sad nuts. That we're going into a break here because he's hot. Jordan Byro, the lesser of the Byro brothers, tied the game a couple minutes into the second. And then Elijah Gonzalez also stays hot. He's been unbelievable since he got put on that line with Wilkie and Wiskoski. That is exactly what that line needed.
Yep.
Not that line needed anything.
Doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt. Alfred Lindbergh would score on the power play to tie it at 2 in the second. And then Goose.
This first career
with
goal.
The Blom bomb from the point.
The Blom bomb?
Yeah.
That's gonna stick. That's good.
That sounds like a John Stern.
You like that one?
John? What?
That also sounds like a Mario villain, so there's also that.
What are you talking about, Scully?
Am I even getting his name right? I can't remember.
Who?
Now.
You mean John Stewart?
No, the Yankees radio announcer.
Yeah, John Sterling.
I did get it right. It sounds like a John Sterling.
Yeah, the best radio broadcaster of all time.
That bum. Yeah, the guy who couldn't even see a baseball fall short of the green monster.
Anyway.
He
got hit in the head with one this year. Don't give him that crap.
That was amazing, by the way. That video is so awesome.
That man is an absolute trooper for continuing that game afterwards.
That video is incredible. It's just ow, ow.
But he just keeps going like nothing happened.
The audio is great.
I love that man so much. I love John Stewart.
I'm glad he was okay, but oh my god, that was amazing.
I love that man to no end. He's so good.
And then 35 seconds into the third, Elijah Gonzalez gets his second on a breakaway, and the move was disgusting.
Why is it every time Gonzo scores, it's like play of the year, like, Stretch Armstrong, I'm going to wrap the sticker on my head 3 times and then shoot it with my eyes closed. Like, it's always something wild. It's never an easy
Yeah.
shot. It's always like something nuts.
Love it. And then a few minutes later, Izzy gets one shorthanded. Our only shorthanded shot of the game went in. We should start shooting more. Another
on our own penalty kill.
Another thing I'd like to point out that I'm not too happy with is the one shot on the power play on 3 attempts on Saturday. Now, granted, one of them only lasted 23 seconds because guess what? We took a penalty, but yay. I love penalties. That's why we're RIT fans. That would wrap up the scoring though. Love it.
I mean, we dominated the hell out of them.
Dominated that third period.
They had that game was over the minute it started.
Absolute domination.
I don't know that I'd say it was over the minute it started when it was tied twice in the second period.
No, because their motivation was like just off the rails. They were not losing that game going into it. After what happened Friday, they were not losing that game Saturday. No shot.
I love the absolute balls on Eric Lang to pull the goalie with 5 minutes left, or with 7 minutes left too.
How stupid was that?
And then AIC
no,
takes
I
a
think
penalty.
it's a genius move. Yeah, and then they took a penalty, and that was it. That's when it was over.
They took a penalty, and that was it.
Sounds like another team I know. 5-0 following a loss, by the way, this year. That's the sign of a good hockey team.
You lose,
you don't lose on Saturday.
The number one rule in college hockey: don't lose on Saturday, baby. Actually, the number one rule is for RIT is just don't play 5 o'clock games on a Saturday, and you might win.
And you'll win everything.
Or maybe 5 o'clock games at all, because Friday was 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I think Friday 5 o'clock games are just our freaking curse.
Okay, at playing any games before the hour of 6, between the hours of 1 and 4 and after 6, you can play games. Because the St. Lawrence game was a 6. That's it. Either starts at 1 o'clock, between 1 and 4, or 7.
This is getting confusing quickly.
Oh God! Thank God the Ledyard game started at 4.
God.
4 and 7:30.
Now,
I will take 4 points on the road
against a team like AIC all day long.
A team like AIC, and you took technically 4 out of 6 in the pairwise too.
That was huge.
Jumped us all the way up to 16th.
That was.
If the season ended today, we're in the tournament.
Yep.
Actually, probably not, because the CCHA champion would have to, actually get in, but. Because they're all
pesky auto.
There are no CCHA teams in 1 through 16.
The highest ranked CCHA team is 30th.
Wow!
Oh my God!
At least that's St. Thomas, who's in first place in the CCHA right now. Which is kind of how I'm. If you were to put the number one team in from every conference, which would be us, so we'd be in, but St. Thomas would be in, which would knock out Michigan. We would be the 15 seed playing. We would be the 15 seed playing Boston University.
I'm okay with not playing them. I'm okay with not playing them. I'm good. Hard pass. I'm good.
I don't know if I want to see Jay at an RIT versus
have to
BU
pick between them both.
Oh my God, it would be the greatest thing ever.
I think Jay would just die. He just cease to exist.
He wouldn't pick
it'd be incredible.
Them. He's a BC fan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He wants BU dead.
He might hate BU more than we hate Niagara, and that's saying something.
He would probably get thrown out of that building. He'd probably get thrown out.
It would be incredible.
He would get tossed doing every obscene thing he possibly can to just try and get in their heads. That's what he'd do. He'd throwing things by hitting people. Who knows?
I like kind of playing around with the pairwise that way, seeing like where teams would fall. Like if you just took the team in first place. Yeah, Michigan being knocked out of the tournament would be amazing.
Be hilarious.
I would go at Children of Yost for days leading up to the tournament on Instagram. Oh my god.
We would have to. No, the best would be if we
Us,
beat
that's
them in the
who.
tournament. No,
Oh
I
my
want
god,
them.
that'd be even better.
I want them in the tournament so we could beat them in the tournament and just make them look like
I
clowns.
would cry happy tears.
I
Because you know what that would mean? We would be Jacob Barchevsky.
Oh my god, you're so right. That man's could you imagine having
Could you imagine if Lasky scored the game winner in that game too?
PTSD? we just bring a giant whiteboard that just has 10-4 written on it and put it behind him.
I could die literally immediately following that game. I would die a happy man.
Also, can I say a quick shout out to the Maniacs, the Maine fans who posted that hilarious picture of Barchevsky that just says your biggest Civ game was against RIT when you lost.
Yeah, you know they posted that a year ago, right?
Well, they posted it again.
Which is hysterical.
They posted it again, so I gave them props. It was like, yep, we both know that he stinks. So congratulations for figuring that out now. Yeah.
Ugh, I love it.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Catalano did not play Saturday, did he not?
No, benched.
Yeah, and I think for now that is the smart move because he seemingly gets all of the penalty minutes.
You know what? I look at it this way. What that line brings offensively, even when they're not scoring, is good to justify putting him back in the lineup.
Yes.
But who do you like? It was also to get Adam Jeffrey in, and Wayne needed a reason to put Jeffrey in, and he had a reason. So at least that's kind of what I'm assuming. I don't talk to Wayne. I'd like to talk to him more often than I do, but
we all would.
I just like Wayne as a person. He's a good guy. Although when he's pissed, he's the last guy I want to be around.
Oh, he is one angry dude when he gets pissed.
Dude, I go into freaking the post game interviews when he's coming out, and I'm like, oh my god, Matt's about to get his ear chewed off. He's gonna get his head ripped off. I'm like, oh Lord.
Here it comes.
Yeah. It's gonna be overall good weekend Saturday. But I agree with Catalano. I think I can see it both ways. If you put him back in, especially after the break, now we've got a few weeks, everybody relax, reset, let's get back into it and refocus. And I think it could just be Christian, you just got to keep your composure and maybe the break will help. I mean, it is his first semester of college hockey.
Very true.
Like that is a big adjustment. And I'm not saying he was doing this all when he was in juniors, but like there's some things you can get away in juniors that you can't get away with in college hockey.
Judging by some of the junior
Amerks, yeah,
there's a lot you can get away with in juniors,
especially in the Null because that's where he was last year.
That league
the Null has no rules.
The A has no rules. Anarchy.
Chaos, straight chaos.
The National Anarchy Hockey League. Yeah. Speaking of the Null, our goalie prospect just got sent back, and they're here. They're back in town a couple weeks with Philadelphia, so that'll be. Might have to scoot on over there after our game that Friday night. And by scoot, I mean go.
Good God, Nate! Don't encourage people to speed.
I've never told people to speed. It's just going to be me.
I'm just imagining your car flying over the hills.
Rocket ship mode. Nate's car is going to be like the scene from Toy Story where the rocket gets lit up and the RC car is going like 700 miles an hour down the road and it just gets launched. That's Nate's car.
Hey, here comes Nate. Meow.
Oh, you missed us. Nate, we missed the rink. We're not aiming for the rink.
I never missed the rink.
Go straight up.
I could drive to all the rinks in town with my eyes closed. I've done it enough.
Dan, do you
I
want
can
to
also walk in and like I know what I'm doing, they'll let me in.
Dan, do you want to go over these scores around the league?
So Niagara had to have their patented Thursday game, except they did it down in
Disgusting.
Pittsburgh. And Robert Morris showed them how it's done. 4-1 Colonials.
Attaboy Chad.
Chad got his revenge.
Attaboy Chad.
Chad got his revenge.
And the Colonials would
Friend
finish
of the corner
sweep
crew now, Chad Melchi.
on Saturday. 3-1 at Niagara. We already talked about the split with AIC. That's the first game on the list for Friday and Saturday. Army and Mercyhurst split by scores of 4-3 both nights. Princeton shuts out Sacred Heart Friday 4-0, and then they tie on Saturday at 2. Who won the non-conference shootout? Miss.
On Saturday, Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart, yeah.
Yeah, because their one guy scored a backhanded one-hander, and it was disgusting.
Wasn't that on Sports Center?
If it wasn't,
it should have
they
been.
need to stop. They need to stop calling
Sports
themselves
Center.
the worldwide leader in sports and just switch sports to basketball. Because I'm sorry, that deserved to be on every. Let me. I'll send it to you guys. Did you see it?
I've seen it.
I didn't.
It looked like a video
game.
You
liked it, Dan?
I did.
Yes.
Okay, maybe I saw it. I don't remember. You know how it is, mindlessly scrolling, liking posts because
yeah,
you're bored with nothing else to do.
I ended up on ECH's Instagram, and there was a line brawl between Denver and Western, and it's great.
Oh, yeah, and I looked at those box scores, and there isn't much in there. They just kind of.
Really?
I want to watch it right now.
They just kind of said, "Screw it."
Yeah, there was a 2-10, and I think there was a 5-10 someplace, 5 in a game someplace, but I don't know if that's what caused the brawl or not.
I love college hockey.
I like hockey fights; they're just more fun.
Holy Cross played UMass Lowell for a pair in a home and home. The Riverhawks scored 2 both nights. It was good for a tie on Friday, but a loss for UMass on Saturday. Another non-conference shootout.
Yeah, for Lowell. Don't make that distinction of Holy Cross beat UMass, because they most certainly did not.
The mass holes will come after you if you call them UMass. Just Lowell.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Scully cares.
Okay.
The University of Massachusetts at Amherst.
I was gonna say we'll differentiate them from Amherst. Now they're all pissed off. Lowell won the non-conference shootout in the tie. Not that it matters at all. Neutral site game between Bentley and Maine. Maine did win, but only by 1 goal.
It's like calling Blue Cross neutral.
Quote unquote neutral
site.
Or saying that it was a
downtown Portland.
Or saying it was a neutral...
The city with the highest volume of Maine alumni.
Or it would have been
Boston.
Or it would have been like calling an SU basketball game at Madison Square Garden a neutral site game.
That's probably more fair because it's a little bit farther away, so you can justify it as a neutral site, but it ain't a neutral site.
No. And that wraps it up for the week. We still have games before Christmas in Atlantic hockey, just not RIT. Canisius hosts AIC in a Friday-Saturday series, 7 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Non-conference, RMU brings in Arizona State on Saturday and Sunday, 7 and 5.
Gonna be a lot of puck luck in that series.
I knew he was gonna say that.
This starts a 7-game homestand for Canisius, by the way.
And they will lose a majority of those games.
They play 7 of their next 9 at home, and the 2 away are at RIT and at Niagara.
Wow. That's kind of wild.
They only have 4 away games outside of Western New York the rest of the season. And 2 of them are in Pittsburgh against Robert Morris. So, like,
that's not even that far.
that's
It's like
not even that
from them.
far. It's about 3
How
hours.
did he manage that? I'm gonna butcher this name, but Marco Reifenberger
Reifenberger, yep.
from
Reifenberger.
Mercyhurst, in the Saturday or the Friday game against Army. At 18:14 of the second period, gets a minor penalty for slashing. At 20 minutes of the second period, gets a game misconduct. A standalone game misconduct.
For what?
Doesn't say. I'm going to have to go back to Flow and look at that one.
That's weird as hell.
Mercyhurst also gave up 3 goals in the final 9 or 10 minutes of this game in the Friday game to lose 4-3. But then
so funky.
But then they returned the favor on Saturday and scored 3 unanswered in the third to win the game.
Good Lord.
I love Atlantic hockey. It's such a crapshoot every night.
So looking at the standings as they are at the moment, Army is in 11th with 10 points. Robert Morris has emerged from the basement of last with 12, so they are just slightly above them. Air Force is in 9th with 14. Canisius is in 8th with 15. Canisius and Niagara are both tied for 7th and 15 apiece. Bentley is in 6th with 16 points. Holy Cross is in 5th with 17. Mercyhurst 4 with 18. AIC 3rd with 20. Sacred Heart is 2nd with 25. And back where we belong is RIT in 1st with 27 points. We do have
ranked
one
number. Sorry.
I was gonna say
go.
we do have one game in hand on Sacred Heart. Sorry, they have a game in hand on us, so they can jump us if they win. And as Nate was about to say, we are now ranked number 18 in the country thanks to USAHL. So super hype on that one. Booyah.
Higher than Penn
Let's
State.
go.
Thank you very much.
Penn State's booty. That's why.
I very much enjoyed that today. Texting all of my friends that go to Penn State. Be like, hey guys.
Guess who's ranked higher than you now?
Remember all that crap you talk about RIT all the time and how we're never going to be ranked higher than Penn State? Oh!
Guess what? Go take a look at this. So the question now is, do we think that this team can get higher than 18?
Yeah, if you beat Maine.
I was gonna say.
That's what I was gonna say. If they win the Ledyard, if they win the Ledyard, they might get to 16. I could see it.
We would have to jump Cornell, and then we'd have to make a massive jump to jump New Hampshire. As the poll currently sits, because they'll probably do one more poll after this weekend, and then they'll go on break from the poll, so we'll be set for a few weeks. But
I feel like if we win the Ledyard and we come out and beat St. Lawrence again and are at least competitive against Clarkson.
No, we're beating Clarkson. We're beating Clarkson.
If we win both those games, booyah.
Just win.
Yep. Just gotta win.
Just win. Don't have a Niagara weekend. And I know we'll talk about it. We're gonna do a first half recap probably sometime next week. But 11-5.
Hey,
take
I'll take it.
There's a few games in there I'd like to have back.
I definitely think
all 5 of those losses, but hey, we'll take it because all 5 of those were games that we should have won. Like,
yeah,
we were games we were
St. Lawrence, right? Should have won. Who else did we lose to? All right, we didn't. Friday. All right, maybe 15-1. That Saturday Sacred Heart game was.
They kind of had us.
Yeah, they were the better team that night, I thought. The Mercyhurst game where we couldn't score on that freaking brick wall they had of a goaltender.
See that one I'm like 14-2. I'm not going to take that.
Yeah,
from that
we
guy.
got
He
goalie.
played it up. He
Yeah.
played an
All right. Yeah.
outstanding
14-2.
game. I'll give you that.
JJ's mic is doing some weird stuff today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mildly.
Your quality's gone from here to here to here to here. The entire
But
podcast.
it's still a net gain because his internet's working.
Yeah,
And my
that's
setup
true.
is better now. Like, look at my signage and all that back there.
We gotta get
the
something next to the R there, dude.
And the Batmobiles are still there, so
Ron
like, that's still
Air.
cool. On air.
And then the freaking UNH game where we were 6 seconds away from winning that game?
5.
Yeah. So
we still the Bills.
Did your team even show up yesterday?
You know what? I was rooting for a 0-0 tie. I'm not gonna lie.
So was I.
I can't wait for America's team to roll into Buffalo next week and just rail you.
That was somehow worse than
Dak Prescott's about to win MVP. What are you talking about?
If JA has something to say about it. Anyway, back to hockey. Other poll notes, Maine got 2 first place votes.
That means beating them is even bigger than we thought it was before.
We're in danger.
It's like the Patrick Star meme, Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
Just Ralph Wiggum on the bus. Huh? I'm screwed. Help me.
You know what the best part is? I have that saved on my phone.
There's no way he had that.
I said it going into every Sabres game at the end of the year last year.
Mom, come pick me up.
When they needed to win, I come pick me up. I'm scared. Anyway, and then Colorado College is in the poll for the first time in 11 years.
Hey man, good for them.
After sweeping North Dakota in Grand Forks.
I'd put them in there also.
They should have been higher than Penn State. I'm sorry.
North Dakota.
I'll be honest. They deserve to be higher than us.
You would have.
To be fair, they were overtime wins, but still.
Who cares? They swept North Dakota.
They took 4 out of 6 against North Dakota in Grand Forks,
that's very hard to do.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen ever.
Also, the last place I want to be right now is in first of the USCHO poll.
No, because every time
I want to go back and find, I kind of want to go through the poll and see what the record is of the first place team the weekend after they get voted into first, because it's got to be horrible.
That'd be kind of cool to try.
It's got to be horrible. Also, one great thing about the pairwise too is it looks awesome for keeping us on the East Coast for regionals, by the way.
I would like that.
I know we're way too far out. It's still December, but
like all we got to do is keep winning. Keep winning,
baby.
Especially win the out of conference games. It's only going to help rankings and pairwise get better over time. But as Nate said, we need to get higher in the pairwise in order to be able to get in order to be eligible for an at-large bid.
Right, but here's the thing: even to get that at-large bid, we would need to lose in the championship game to Sacred Heart or AIC.
Yeah,
just win the championship.
I like that idea too, Dan.
I'd rather just win it because I think it's more fun.
That idea.
And I have never been around long enough. Like I was around when they won them, but like not to the level I am now, and I kind of want to have that happen. Like and get a nice picture with the trophy. Nate, if you pull that damn picture up, I swear to God, and he's got it saved.
Or that one.
Oh yeah,
he's got it saved as if he would delete that photo.
And this one.
I mean, he's got them favorited like in an album, so he can just pull them up whenever.
I have an RIT album.
Nate's
an RIT album.
Nate's like that special agent from NCIS that comes up, and instead of a badge, he's got just pictures of him holding the Atlantic Hockey Trophy.
I was 10. That was at the national championship game for the women. This is one of my favorite pictures. This was after the last game at Ritter. That's sick.
Also kind of depressing that you're just standing in the middle of the ice.
I was sad, dude. I cried.
I know you were sad. That's like a depressing picture. Do we have any
Here's the
other?
best one. It's me with the boot.
That was funny. That was funny.
Regionals are St. Louis, Providence, Springfield, and Sioux Falls.
Ew, why are they not in Albany or somewhere?
Next year.
Damn.
No, 2 years. 2 years.
Right.
At the arena that changes names like we change socks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add before we wrap it up?
Niagara and
Yes.
RMU had a fun end on Saturday. 5 in a game for a hit from behind for Shane Ott with less than a minute and a half left. And then matching 2s and 10s for Carter Rangev and Cade Townsend.
Penalty parade. Sorry.
How many
Injection
suspensions?
parade.
Suspend people.
Suspend them all.
Ooh. Cowards.
Don't let them play for weeks.
Is Shane Ott related to Steve Ott?
Let's hope not.
I doubt it. See, now I'm curious.
And here we go, going off the rails as I'm trying to wrap it up again.
It wouldn't be a podcast episode if we didn't.
It would not. Also, I'm going to make the promise to all the viewers, I mean, Jake, who missed my old mic. I am working to bring it back, especially so I can keep yelling into it and making Dan mad.
This means all that means is that he has to go over to his mom's house and get it.
No, I haven't.
That's literally all that means.
No, it doesn't mean that because it doesn't plug into this computer because I'm using a Mac now and not my old one. So I got to get an adapter so I can like hook it up.
Okay, Amazon.
I literally could give you one.
Oh, perfect. Do it then.
Well, assuming that it's a USB mic.
No, it's an Apple plug, so it's all weird. But it is a USB mic.
Apple plug?
Like it's got like the weird like only an Apple charger slot. I don't know. It's weird. We'll deal with it later.
On the computer?
USB-C?
No, not that. Dan, I'll show it to you after we're done recording so that we don't have to worry about doing this now as I'm trying to wrap up. Is Shane not related to him, Nate, or no?
I have not found anything telling me that
I'm wrapping this up then before we take.
I also have not found anything that he isn't.
Wrapping it up like a Christmas present.
I like that one, Dan. Running with Dan's analogy and going from there. If you have not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when every new episode does go live. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Even if your name is not Aaron Huss, we will still read them and react to them because we love hearing from everybody. It's always fun talking to our fans and all the fun people that we get to interact with at games and stuff. Nate shakes his head because Aaron is literally the only person that comments. So
no, I was shaking my head at the Steve Ott, Shane Ott thing.
No, whatever. Social media is still big. In the description, you will find the Instagram. We are closing in on 2,000 followers very quickly, and I have a hunch we are going to hit it probably in the next few weeks or so. Again, special thank you to Ryan the Meme Lord West for continuing to pump out all the crazy stuff that literally roasts the absolute hell of every opponent we play against. So keep up the good work, dude. Also in the description is links to the Twitter, which is just kind of there. We don't really do with it much anymore. And also the Discord, which is still pretty big. That's always fun. There's a ton of fun stuff going on in there. A lot of people talking about games. If you can't go to games, like away games, there's like little channels. There's like channels we make where you can jump in there and follow along. The threads, those are always really fun. And Nate, is there something you'd like to end with?
Why?
From this past weekend? Our friend Mark. I was going to say if you wanted to give some nice words to him.
Nah, not really. I'm kind of still sad, so I really don't want to.
That's fair.
We miss you, Mark.
Rest of
everything that needs to be said was already said. So
yeah, if you haven't already, just kind of take a look at the Instagram post we put up for Mark. He was a good dude. We're gonna miss him a lot, but we're not gonna try to end this on a depressing note. So
I don't like ending sad. This team's 11-5. The women are back. The men are back. We're winning championships this year. Multiple.
Yes.
4 of them.
4. Yes.
Give me 6. Give me
Conference. 6.
Oh, regular season. And
2 regular seasons.
Oh,
2
okay.
conference tournaments. 2 national tournaments. Hell, give me 7. Give me the Ledyard.
I'm like, what? I'm sitting there going, like, what math are you
Let's
doing right
go.
now where you have 6 championships?
Okay, seriously, so that's probably not gonna happen, let's be honest, but
Hey, we can dream, can't we?
I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I
Wrapping
would
it
have
up
no
now.
idea.
You would be attempting to hold all of the trophies and failing miserably.
Nate, we just have all of them like this. Like,
Okay, do you have any idea how heavy those national championship trophies are?
They're
Dude,
heavy.
they are extremely heavy.
They're heavy. All right, I'm wrapping it up now because we've gone too long. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great night. Go Tigers.
Roll Tide.
Put a bow on it.
R-I-T, R-I-T, R-I-T.